3, 4. I can see the planets are aligning for me. I cannot read them now, the future's gone and all behind me. Through the world I am wandering, a soft breeze blowing, I am wandering now. Through the world I am wandering, these are the days I live now.
Kate Rusby's voice, I mean, is a thing of pure beauty. She's an utterly beguiling performer.
She's such a fantastic singer that you'd virtually listen to her singing anything.
She's managed to take the best of traditional song making and make it her own, to take it forward and to take it to people who've never heard folk music.
Through the world I am wandering, a soft breeze blowing, I am wandering now. Through the world I am wandering, these are the days I live now.
The district of Barnsley in South Yorkshire is home to one of England's most successful traditional musicians. Here at her windswept hilltop studio, Kate Rusby is recording a new album.
I gave to you a hen, you gave it back again, without its eggs, my Annie. Still have a bit more track.
Over the last 10 years, Kate's music has won countless awards, a much-respected Mercury nomination and a loyal fan base.
Northerners love it because she's Northern and she's doing well, and Southerners love it because she's Northern, it sounds really nice. The first you can't really lose.
I gave to you a horse, a silly fool, of course, for you rode away, my Annie, Randy, I will fly, I will swim, I will die if you don't come near me. Oh no, don't you say so, you are my dear, my... Drop me in there on that bit, I forgot that the chorus comes again.
Kate's music has become the Rusby family business. Her younger brother Joe is her sound engineer.
Right then.
Right then.
I'll run you some of that.
Okay.
And in the next room, her record label Pure Records is staffed by the rest of the Rusby family.
Hello, Pure Records.
My dad runs the whole thing, really. He's the boss, apart from me. No, he runs it all, because I'm rubbish at organising and talking to people. I'd be going everywhere for 2 pence if it was up to me.
No, we should be bringing the PA with us. We shall bring our own PA and you're just going to provide the lighting.
My mum does the accounts, so she's always in the office sorting things on the computer with complicated sums.
Do we have an invoice from Matt yet? Do you know, Matt? For the brass?
Matt the brass?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I don't think I've got anything from the strings either.
Just got the photos through for the album.
And then my sister Emma does the publicity, and she books all the hotels and travel arrangements, which is a nightmare. So, yeah, so I'm very sorry, Emma.
Which one's going to be used for the posters, then?
I think it's going to be that one.
That's great, isn't it? I love that one.
Yeah.
And that's us. That's the backstage team. And then me, who and I go out and sing the songs nicely.
Oh, Annie, let me in. I will fly, I will swim, I will die if you don't come near me. Oh no, don't you say so. You are my dear, my Annie. I gave to you a pig. Oh, I've done the words wrong. You'll have to go back. She didn't get a pig till later. She gets a dog first.
If you said to people, there's this family living in South Yorkshire and they're going to put together a record company, I mean, everybody in the business would have said, you're mad, you know, it's not going to work. You can't make a really significant, independent, successful record company as a cottage industry. And what's happened is that Rusby's have proved them gloriously wrong.
It really is a team thing. It's not just centred around me. I'm the one who is in the public eye, the one who goes and does the gigs, but for all of us, that's just my bit in what we do. I wouldn't be able to go and play to the people who I play to if my dad wasn't there doing his part, and Emma wasn't there, and my mum wasn't there, and Joe wasn't there to mix it to make me sound nice. Yeah, it's all Joe. I actually sound like a witch when I sing. Joe just makes it nice with his magic tools.
Award-winning singer Kate Rusby grew up in the South Yorkshire countryside. Music was a big part of her childhood. Born into a family of folk musicians, Kate's parents taught her traditional songs from an early age.
The Recruited Collier, you see, that's the first one that I can remember you actually teaching us it, and I don't think you were born then.
I was very young.
I learned loads of songs as a child. In particular, the one I can remember learning first is a song called The Recruited Collier. And I love it. It's one of my favourite songs to this day. See, there's a debate whether it's a Yorkshire song or from the North East.
I know. I believe it's from Yorkshire.
Go on, sing it.
Oh.
Sing your bit. Go on.
OK. What's the matter with you, me lass? And where's your dashing Jimmy? Them soldier boys have picked him up and taken him far from me. Last payday he went into town and them red-coated fellas enticed him in and made him drunk, and he'd better gone to the gallows.
The Recruited Collier is a song about a miner who gets press-ganged into going off to war. And it's kind of from the point of view of his girlfriend, his wife, you know, who's telling the story. And it's got a gorgeous tune, and it's a really simple, lovely song, as lots of the best songs are.
My father said he'd pay the smart and he'd run for the golden guinea. But that sergeant swore he'd kiss the book, so now they've got young Jimmy.
The Recruited Collier is a song from the coalfields of North England. Records of it go back as far as the early 19th century, but its mining theme still has a particular resonance for Kate.
This area that I've grown up in is heavily influenced by the mines. Even though there's been no pits here for tens of years now, it's still a big part of who we are. So when songs like that come along, it's just really touching. It's one of the songs which can still make me cry when I hear it. When Jimmy talks about the wars, it's worse than death to hear him. I must go out and hide my tears, because I cannot bear him. A brigadier or a grenadier, they said they're sure to make him. So now we
man's hands. It sets me how to beat it. Oh, break me heart and then it's sore. Go and break me heart again. As I lie in this cold, cold bed of a single life, I'm weary.
By the 1950s, the northeast coalfields were employing over 100,000 men. Kate's grandfather was one of them.
I think that's about the earliest, because you see my mum's hair, it's all funny. And they're all sort of
what's she done?
cuddly and lovey-dovey there, aren't they?
Oh.
So I think that's quite an early one.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. Look at his hair crinkly.
Yeah.
See, I don't remember him being like that.
Mining is a really, really tough job. But it was a way of life. It's what they did. They were tough men, and they were proud of it, proud of every minute of it. It ruined people, it broke people, and one of those people was my granddad, who I never met because he got emphysema from all the dust in his lungs.
These, they were when he was in hospital. I mean, that looks like a Christmas time, doesn't it?
Yeah,
because every year he was so ill, he was in hospital at some point. I mean, how my mum coped with 4 kids. And my dad
him,
as
I know.
an invalid, yeah. I mean, she was the main breadwinner, so she had to go out to work every day.
Yeah. He was ill a long time before he died. And so my Nana and Ivy had to nurse him and watch him slowly getting worse, which I think must be... You just can't think of that, you know, how that would be if you love somebody so much and yet you're having to watch them.
That's amazing.
The story of Kate's grandparents inspired her to write a song from her grandmother's perspective to illustrate how she had cared for her husband whilst he was dying.
Not only is it a song about a tragic story, and a tragic story about my family, part of my family, it's also a love song. You know, it's celebrating the love that she had for him and he had for her.
My young man wears a frown, with his eyes all closed and his head bowed down. My young man never sleeps. Oh, the rain, it falls upon his back. The dust before his eyes is black. And oft the times my young man weeps. Oh, my young man wears a coat, once long ago a bonny coat, which my young man wore with pride. Now I dress the coat all on his back, for love for him I will not lack. But to see it now, that collier's coat I can't abide. Oh, my young man, where's he gone? Once in his eyes my whole world shone. Now my young man looks away. Oh, man and wife we used to be. Now he's like a child upon my knee. And in my arms I held my young man.
colliery brass band music, you hear it and it's full of tragedy and pride and strength, and it's just such an emotional thing, especially if you're from this area and you hear that music played. It's somehow born into you, you know, that it's a big heart-wrenching sound for us here. So to have them playing on My Young Man was the only way we could do it, really. It was the only thing that had the strength that would get across what I was trying to get across.
Today, Kate and her band are travelling to a gig in Harrogate, and the set list is causing a certain amount of debate.
There is a song specifically called I Courted a Sailor and I never want to hear it ever again.
We love it.
They like playing it. I played it for like 10 years and they still moaned at me when I took it out of the set. It's gone. It's dead. The song's dead, Ian. No, it's dead.
I courted a sailor for 6 months and many. I courted a sailor, now he's far from me. I courted a sailor for 6 months and many. I courted a sailor, now he's far from me.
As usual, the Rusby family are doing everything themselves. Kate's brother Joe and her dad Steve have gone ahead to get the venue set up.
Gubbins in the back of there. It's really neat and tidy and well organised.
You can see that.
Yeah.
It's like being down the pit.
See, it's all this glamorous life, eh? Showbiz.
Make sure you get a shot of the door out there when it says sold out.
But backstage, it looks like folk stardom isn't actually all that glamorous.
It's quite good to do something that's just normal before going on stage and being in a very, very bizarre situation where like 500 or 1,000 people are all looking at you. I do have panic attacks, so that's really difficult because you feel dizzy and you can't breathe and just feel like I'm going to faint. So that's a weird thing, panic attacks when everybody's looking at you. Very strange.
But there are no nerves tonight. At 7:30, Kate prepares to make her entrance.
I get quite excited before gigs. It's that moment when we're stood at the side of the stage and then as soon as the house lights go down, the hum of the audience stops. It's just like this. I have to take a deep breath and then off we go.
Good people all with one accord, lament for Mary Blaze. She never wanted one good word from those who spoke her praise. The needy seldom passed her door and always found her kind. She freely lent to all the poor who left a pledge behind. She strove the neighbourhood to please with manners wondrous winning. She never followed wicked ways unless when she was sinning. A church in silks and satins new with hoop of monstrous size. She never slumbered in her pew, but when she closed her eyes, her love was so tight to declare by 20 bow and boy. doctor found when she was dead, the life within her gone. Good people all with one accord lament for Mary Blaze. She never wanted one good word from those who spoke her praise. The needy seldom passed her door and always found her kind. She freely lent to all the poor who left a pledge behind. Let us lament in sorrow sore, for Kent Street well may say that had she lived a 12-month more, she had not died today.
Yorkshire singer Kate Rusby is a great advocate for traditional folk songs. She is always unearthing long-forgotten lyrics in her collection of old ballad books.
I suppose one day they might be worth something, I'm not sure, but I think the cheapest one I bought was 25 pence. I shouldn't own this one. Ballads and Songs of Lancashire. Being a Yorkshire girl, I shouldn't have it. There's a great song in here somewhere about a woman who moves in with the king and becomes the stepmother to the king's daughter, but hates the daughter, so she chops her up into little pieces and takes her down to the kitchen and asks the chef to make her a pie and then feeds it to the king. So that's really nice. That's Lancashire for you, that. You won't find that in Yorkshire. Traditional songs are my first love, really. So I love finding songs in books, songs that haven't been sung for years, hundreds of years sometimes, and you find them and think, oh, somebody's written that, you know, wouldn't it be good to get it out of this book and recreate it?
Finding songs is like finding a piece of jewellery in an old boot sale or something. And I find that really charming and romantic. To have an experience of song that 250 years ago, 400 years ago, somebody else had the very same experience with.
Folk songs evolve through generations. I suppose they always used to, and the world is a bit faster now. But songs are songs and they stay there forever.
Kate often brings traditional songs back to life by setting them to her own melodies.
Sir Eglamour was the first song, really, that I did find in a book and then write a tune for, because like the ones in here, for instance, they're just the songs. They don't have the tune with them, you know. There wasn't loads of information. It does say it's an early humorous ballad dating back to the 14th century. And the story kind of tells itself, really, you know. Knight in shining armour slays the dragon. It's an age-old story which we still tell to kids now.
Sir Eglamour was a valiant knight, far lanky down dilly.
My nephews love it. That's the one they like, because they're of an age where they like swords and slaying dragons.
Came a dragon from her den.
He's passing it on. My mum and dad used to sing that song. I've reworked it, and now my nephews listen to it.
When she saw Sir Eglamour, you should have heard the dragon roar. Lanky down dilly. Sir Eglamour was a valiant knight, far lanky down dilly. He took up his sword and he went to fight, far lanky down dilly. As he rode o'er hill and dale, all armoured in a coat of mail, far lanky down dilly. Out came a dragon from a den, far lanky down dilly. It killed God knows how many men, far lanky down dilly. When she saw Sir Eglamour, you should have heard that dragon roar, far lanky down dilly. Then the trees began to shake, far lanky down dilly. Horse did tremble, man did quake, far lanky down dilly. The birds betook them all to peep, it would have made a grown man weep, far lanky down dilly. abide. Fall a lanky down dilly, no sword could enter through her skin, which vexed the knight and made her grin. Fall up and body and lanky down dilly. Tarzan caught, she did burn. Fall a lanky down dilly. He fetched the dragon a great concern. Fall a lanky down dilly. As he only she did fall, he thrust his sword hilt and all. Fall up and body and lanky down dilly. Then like a coward she did fly. Fall a lanky down dilly. To her den which was hard by. Fall a lanky down dilly. There she lay all night and rode. The night was sorry for her sword. Fall up and body and fall up and body and fall up and body and
As well as singing traditional folk songs, Kate also writes her own material. Today, she's at home working on a song for her new album.
I'm just on with the record, and it's nearly done, but not quite. But one that I've been working on is a song called "The Bitter Boy," which is nearly done, and so it might still change, but it goes. First verse and chorus.
Many of Kate's new songs draw on romantic and melancholic themes from the past.
I've always written songs about people who are together, who split up, about people who go off to war, about human emotions. That's what traditional music is about, and that's what I'm most influenced by.
She tells these great little sad stories, but they're also kind of charming, and it seems very deep to me and very deeply, pleasingly melancholic.
What some people don't understand about sad melancholy is that there is a joy in melancholy. They're not morbid songs. There is a certain joy in touching upon that, profoundly sad, melancholic moment.
All I've got really so far.
She's got that knack of writing peculiarly English folk songs, and has this fantastic ability to kind of, take all those traditions and wrap it up into something that a beautiful young woman from Yorkshire would sing now, and it sounds entirely appropriate.
In fact, it's Yorkshire that has often inspired Kate in the creation of new songs.
Out in the field where the larkin flies, over the earth where my heart it lies. Oh, how it sings when the west winds blow. Out in the field where no
was inspired to write The Lark from being here in the countryside. I was sat in the field watching the larks, and the wind was just blowing a little bit, and it was just really beautiful and not lonely. It's not about being lonely, but just the space and the sounds and the peacefulness of it. That's where the song came out.
Despite a busy touring schedule, Kate spends as much time as possible at home.
When I'm away on tour, there was one time when we were touring in America and we'd been there for 5 weeks, and we were at the airport just about to come home, and I heard some lads in front of us who were from Barnsley, and they were talking, and I just burst into tears because the accent is home. The people in this area is home for me, and the countryside is home. It's where I'm at my happiest.
Out in the field where the lovers hide, here I'll remain where my heart can hide. Only the lark and the west winds know I'm in this field where no one goes. Oh, how I'm cold, will you let me in? If you could hear me speak, where would I begin? Time it is past now and I roam free. Is it wrong to wish you still need me? Is it wrong to wish you still need me?
Kate and her family are so fond of the area they live in, they organise an annual concert in aid of local causes. This year, her dad Steve is in charge of the advertising campaign.
Putting some posters up for this concert we're going to run in August. And it's a fundraiser for the cricket club. We want a new machine shed and some new mowers. So I'm just trying to let people know.
The Rusbys are huge cricket fans, and in past years, Kate's local concerts have raised enough money to replace the old pavilion at the village cricket club.
We are the Village Green Preservation Society. God save Donald Duck, vaudeville and variety.
And because up to a couple of years ago, we'd just a little wooden shed.
We were basically two teams of ageing players 5 years ago with no prospect of any juniors coming through.
The old cricket pavilion was really terrible. Oh dear, it was really awful. The toilets were outside. I don't know how the ladies over there managed to deal with it.
Now we've got 2 junior teams next year where we had none. Three. Sorry, William. Now we're a sort of vibrant club with a sort of rosy future.
It's very nice for somebody who is well known like Kate to actually do something for not just for local people but for the whole of Barnsley, to put it on the map.
No, everybody's very proud of Kate.
She's our saviour, isn't she, Winnie?
Yeah.
We are the Village Green Preservation Society. God save Donald Duck, vaudeville and variety. God save the Village Green.
The day of the concert has arrived, and the local community have turned out in force to hear Kate sing.
So as you can see, we've got a great crowd here tonight. There must be 2,000 people here on site already, and people are still coming on. So we're delighted. But a bit of bad news, the cricket team's lost.
It's always very strange doing the concert here because the audience, I know most of them, whether they're all teachers or all family, I just love it. We always have such a nice time.
She's here, Yorkshire born and bred. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kate Rusby! So, we're going to do a song called The Elfin Night, and this has got a chorus that goes, blow winds, blow my bonny, oh, blow winds, blow my bonny, blow winds, blow my bonny, oh, blow winds, blow my bonny. So if you want to have a little thing, that would be wonderful, and it goes like this.
It's the most important date in the folk music calendar. The Cambridge Folk Festival is the biggest in the country, drawing audiences of over 10,000 people. This is where Kate Rusby has chosen to launch her new album, but so far she hasn't seen the finished product.
No, it says do not disturb, but I thought you might want these. Just got the new ones.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Gonna have a look.
Go on, have a look, see what you think.
Brilliant. Oh my. Ooh. It is really funny seeing it. It's very weird. It's all together. Seeing there's always a worrying moment. Have I got everybody's name right? Are they all in the right order? Are all the verses there?
With only a few hours until she's due to unveil her new album, Kate is feeling the pressure.
If it gets a terrible slagging from everybody, people going, oh, it's rubbish, I'm not having this. It's terrible, it's my fault. And I feel like I would have let the whole family down. But I'm very excited to see what people think of it. And even though I'm very nervous and a bit, I hope they do like it. Too late now. It's out of my hands. I've done the best I can and we'll just have to see what happens with it.
But at the festival, early indications are good, with hundreds of fans queuing for a signed copy of Kate's new album.
Linda. There you go. Yeah. Nobody said I ate it, it's rubbish yet, so that's always good.
The rest of the Rusby family are also doing their bit, keeping the crowd happy with a curious combination of wine and balloons.
Rosé wine. Cheers! Yours! I've signed lots, which is always a good thing. And my wrist's actually okay. I have had it in training for the week. No, actually, my fingers are a bit stiff.
The signing has been a success, but the most nerve-wracking part of Kate's album launch is yet to come. Next, she will showcase her new songs on the main stage in front of an audience of discerning folk fans.
This is my dress for the evening. I think it's what I've decided to wear so far. Na-na, just like that. So I hope it suits me.
Tonight will be Kate's most important gig of the year.
It's always stressful doing a big gig and a big launch and piling it all into one weekend, but, you know, I'll be fine. I might look 60 when I'm done. Oh my God, I'm making myself worried.
As her band take their places on stage, Kate waits nervously in the wings.
I'm cacking my pants is how I am. I'm very, very nervous. Yeah, it's always... Because this is the first time we've done new stuff, and whenever we've done it in the past, brand new stuff for the first time on the big stage at Cambridge, we've always gone, Let's not do that again. It's too nervous. But it'll be fine. It'll be all right. Yeah, I'm ready. If everybody's ready. I think I'm going on then. Don't be looking at my pants.
Please welcome from Barnsley, Rusby!
We're going to do you a brand new song now, because I've just launched my new album over there earlier this morning. Anyway, this is a song called Planets. I can see the planets are aligning for me. I cannot read them now, the future's gone and all behind me. Through the world I am wandering, wandering. A soft breeze blowing, I am wandering now. Through the world I am wandering, wandering. These are the days I live now. I can see